Okay, back to Stanley. Sorry, you just got cut off there. I'll start you on the next video. Um, okay, your next page. We were talking about focal point. I wasn't quite sure where the focal point should be. Maybe if this image was moved down a little bit and this soccer ball was isolated a little more, maybe that would have pushed that focal point a little bit. Your professional examples. I really liked this example here. What a smart idea, this, you know, um, line here and how this kind of connects with that. And then this typographic element also, is part of this visual pace. Your ponder page, I want to see a little more meat in your responses here, and it will also help you too when you have more type that you can learn how to play with it a little more, and in the future, um, designing it. And I think you may have missed a little bit here, but anyway, overall I could tell that you explored your pictures. And yeah, let's go back to, we'll start with group 4. Christine, let's look at your images. I could tell you had fun with this project, taking pictures and finding design elements. I like this grouping here. Um, there's enough variety, but again, similar. I like that. Another one I liked was alignment. So number 5, I kind of felt this line going through here, this connection that these people, or if they were objects, kind of pull together and have a little bit of visual gravity. Um, let's this I thought had good movement. These objects obviously are not moving, but design wise, there's this strong diagonal here that causes you to kind of move back down and stay within this square. I liked this as far as scale. A good design elements is big, medium, and small, kind of in thirds. So showing that big and small. Um, let's see, I like this contrast. Maybe it's a little subtle, but this edge right here really catches my attention. Your professional examples, I thought were good, and I liked your explanation. Um, this is really strong here, this scale and proportion. I like the balance here, and conceptually, that's a really strong design. And we'll talk more about concept in later projects. Your ponder page, I thought was really good. I thought it had a good amount of text in here. Something little I would take off that right there, and then this would flow up and just fill in that space a little more. And as we learn more about typography, you'll feel more comfortable with that. But just keep little things like that in mind. Okay, Darla. Some of your photos that I thought were strong. I really liked this picture with movement, and maybe the weeds are actually moving in the picture, but maybe they're not. But anyway, these kind of curves create a little bit of movement in the design. They kind of have your eye move around. It has a good visual pace. I really like this picture. I like these shapes and these lines, and I see this design transitioning well into our next assignment where we do just draw simple shapes and lines and create composition. Um, I could tell that you were really thinking about the design elements and going out and really trying to find them. Um, I like how you explained that this was a small kids table in this cafeteria and the scale relationship to that. I do like this asymmetrical picture here. Um, I could see that again in our next assignment. It just, trying to compose simple shapes in this small square. Focal point, I guess I was a little confused on this one. This would have been maybe a good repetition, but I'm not quite sure where my focus should be. Um, your professional examples, I could really tell that you took some time and found some examples that really fit those principles, and I enjoyed your explanation on the principles. Ponder page, great job filling up your page, um, and learning more about you. And I guess there's a little white space here, and that's probably just how it was formatted in the template. But as we learn more about typography in the software, we'll be able to learn how to fix some of those little things. Okay, K. I noticed you were missing quite a few pictures, so I had to take points off for that. Um, One that I thought was strong, I really like the alignment in this picture. I could tell you got down and really designed it well, and got some good symmetry here, and I just like how these lead you in and these other lines. So remember that going into our next assignment as we're creating composition. Um, One that I was a little confused about, I guess, was the linear perspective. I guess this road down there, kind of creates that depth, but I feel like that one could have been pushed a little bit. Your next page, here again, we're missing quite a few. I would have liked to see some more exploration there. Um, your professional examples, I thought were good, and I thought that you gave a good explanation on why you think those examples. I really like this visual pace and how your eye goes here, but then maybe it goes back to this type and back here. So kind of remember that about these design principles, how these objects are interacting with each other. Ponder page, definitely want to see more effort put into your responses, several sentences. I know I struggle with expounding when I'm asked simple questions like that, but just give a little more effort. Ryan. Um, I was a little confused on grouping on this one. I'm not exactly sure about that one. Repetition, I like this repetition. I like these diagonal lines going down here. I like this diagonal line going down here and this negative shape there. And I'm sure maybe that was just a coincidence, but it works well, and I think that's why. Um, I love that size variation, and also a good example of linear perspective. And I know a lot of these overlap. Um, let's see, focal point. I'm not really sure again which one I should be focused on or where my eye should be. I guess here the text across the bread is the focal point for me because it's at the highest contrast. Um, your professional examples, I felt like you chose some good examples. I love this visual pace, and I love that you talked about these little squiggly lines, how that kind of paces you. Yeah, it still creates a lot of interest. I would like to see a little more explanation on the the design principles so I can really understand and see that you understand it. Here, I'd like to see more depth in your answer, and also think about the typography and you know it's a design class, so everything, you know, everything we design everything. This big white space here, I don't like. You know, I would have moved this up. Um, this text right here, you know, I know the program's new, but you know, watch the tutorial about the paragraph styles and you know, change this text so that it works with the document. But just little things.